in my group of friends, I know who was the biggest because a girl measured back in the days. She wanted to. She went. And
I have so many questions.
She went. One of my friends, when she went down, she said, "Ugh." I was like,
Tryna change you, man, but took a loss. Charge it to the game. When we see guys, we don't send any MC. I put him in the grave.
well, I want a situation where like, I don't feel like going in today, so I'm not going.
You know them ones, like, bro. You know what? Yeah, you just wake up in the morning.
Yeah, like, nah, not today.
I'm feeling extra lazy today.
Yeah. Whereas they give you a structure that says, no, these are your 2 days at home. It's like, man.
Yeah, like, what's called my Thursdays at home.
Yeah, like it's just like, what if this Thursday I'm actually feeling good? I didn't knew the day that I not need to be in isn't today.
Did you get what I mean? I woke up today and I felt like, you know what? I'm in a good ass mood. I don't mind coming into the office.
Do you know what? It's like when we were recording during the week, every single day, the next day I never went in. Because we're finished here at 10 o'clock, get home by like 11. I'm like, I'm not going.
You know, what's the fucking point?
Like, I'm not going. But now I'm just, it's kind of like, yeah. Well, the OG manager at that place left. I was kind of like hoping eventually she'd take me back, but now she's gone. So
yeah, but if they hire someone else from your team to be the manager, then
yeah.
And to be honest, for the most part, if you leave a good feeling with them, for the most part, if you just hit somebody, you're like, yo, I'm trying to slide back.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, come on.
So I've told him from the beginning I'm trying to slide back.
Low key, I'm thinking about going back to my job from like
when you first started.
COVID. No.
Okay.
I made sure I burnt that bridge. I would never go back there.
Is that the one with the manager that ended up interviewing you for another job?
No, yes, but I didn't show up to that interview.
You saw the name and you were like, yeah, nah.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, and especially you know what? Because it was my op, the one that I hated the most, and I took the piss. But even it was because I went there twice. Yeah. So there was one time I was there, and then I went and I came back.
Oh, okay.
And then the second time I came back, that's when I went in and to the office with my managers. I was like, yeah, I don't care about this job. I'm out.
Full corporate life, man. Full corporate life.
Nah,
anyways,
man, it's funny though.
We are here.
We are charges to the game.
We are the podcast with the highest level of analysis the culture needs.
Bang bang.
I'm Uncle Jay, but you must call me Jordan, and I'm here with.
You know it's your girl's favorite voice, Big Dage nigga with the Midas touch.
All right, yeah. So we got a few things to announce today. First things first, Afro Gala.
Hey,
it's COVID.
Hey,
by the time you hear this, I don't know if this gets to be out by the time this episode is out. But yeah,
nah, they should be out. They should be out.
Maybe they're sold out by now. But
hey, yo,
yeah, Abs is at it again. Afro Gala. I remember there was something similar. Do you know when you've been around so long, you can see like a reoccurring pattern? Remember TNO?
Yeah.
Traditional,
to be honest, they should have brought TNO back a long time ago.
Yeah, that was I wasn't there for that one. I can't remember where it was, but that was a major success.
Yeah.
TNO was a major success.
Fuck was I? I think I might have been out of the country.
Yeah, they told me I think I was in Amsterdam or something. I can't remember.
Frequent flyer, yeah.
I've been doing this. What is it? The June bank holiday weekend?
It's literally June the 1st. So it's gonna be your boy gonna be hosting. We got King Karen hosting.
That's
all. DJ Uzumaki on the decks, and that's all I got for now.
Yeah. There's more info to come. Your boy did just.
You know what I'm saying?
His name on the poster.
You know that was booked up busy.
Shout out Ab. So
you know, shout out to Silva.
Entertainment. Shout out to Silva.
Well, no, they even have another event going on the. I think it's the 17th of May. Like that's gonna be a little day party thing. Make sure you guys pull up to that as well. Buy tickets to that.
They're trying this
man,
thing. Fair play.
Man, you know what? Yeah, I remember someone tweeted on the timeline. Absolute £5 will send you an email at like 1 a.m. You know it's about to be lit.
Yeah.
Bro, this guy's booking me now. Yeah, this guy's booking me now. Yeah, he said yeah, I'll send you something later. 2 a.m. comes around, and that's when this nigga sending what he wants to send. Bro, can you not send in normal hours?
When you're an entrepreneur, there's no 9 to 5.
You know them ones. He said the grind don't stop.
You keep working. There's no holidays, there's no 9 to 5. Now shout out Abs and shout out £5.
Yeah.
On that same weekend, there's also the football tournament, which is gonna be for charity up in Tala. Unfortunately, I will not be participating.
Right. So you're not.
Nah. Like a part of it is I fucked up my hip, and you know when you're waiting for your body to get better in the gym. I'm waiting for you know you've hurt yourself. You're like it'll be grand. As time went on, it just got worse.
Jordan.
So I'm like, nah, bruv.
You know, when you turn 30, the things just start creaking and hurting.
Is that what happened, yeah? No, I was in the gym and I was doing I can't remember what exercise I was doing, and I felt like, you know when you feel something?
Yeah.
Like you feel like it'll probably be grand. As time went on, it just hasn't. But like, yeah, people, I probably still might show up on the day, but people should definitely go and donate and give money. And this is at the end of the day, it is for charity. That's the most important thing. People should remember to have a good time. I had a good time last year. I took my team to the final. So this year it's not about me. Go support the teams or go support charity.
You know them ones. While we're here, make sure you like, share, subscribe.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we're trying to reach our 500 subs, the road to 500 subs. So make sure you sub it up. Make sure you like, you share, you comment. And on the audios, if you're listening on any other audio platform, I'm not going to sit here and try and give you this whole speech, bro. Leave a 5-star review. If it's not a 5-star review, just allow it.
If you're not gonna like the videos, don't
you get what I'm saying? Like,
make sure you like the video. That's what, don't give us a dislike comment.
Like, do people even still dislike?
Yeah. People still dislike.
Why? you know, what kind of person do you have to be
to watch a video that you have no interest in? A
to
podcast
dislike,
especially, just dislike.
Bro, I don't have. You know, the only thing that I might hate watch is football.
Yeah, those are football. See, I want my ops to feel the same sour that I was feeling all year.
Apart from that,
I've never. Sometimes when my missus has the Kardashian on, I'll hate watch that.
Yeah, but that's different.
It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, but that's different. Your babes is watching something. You just sit down and it doesn't count because like
I'm not gonna wait to find a YouTube video.
Do you get what I'm saying? I don't like this person. I see the YouTube video. Let me click it.
No way. Like remember I was telling you. I mean it wasn't you. I was telling. I was listening to Joe Rogan and Neil Brennan was on it. Neil Brennan, he's the one that wrote the Chappelle Show. He was one of the big writers on the Chappelle Show. He's a comedian. And he says the thing is, with attention these days, you are competing with everything that's ever been recorded.
Facts.
So for you not to, and everybody for the most part, we have 3 hours for ourselves a day. If you're working 9 to 5 mornings and you're commuting, so you probably have like 3 hours to your evening a day. So now for you to commit to something that you're not even gonna like, just to hate watch, it's crazy because he was saying for him, it's hard to create new shows because he's not only competing with what's out now, he's competing with Sopranos.
Facts.
He's competing with Godfathers.
Facts.
He's competing with Rocky.
Facts.
So, like, what makes me, with 3 hours a day, want to watch Neil Brennan's new show? There's too many things I want to watch.
We have too many distractions.
So, yeah. And now imagine you're going to hate watch something of someone you don't even like.
Low-key, yeah. What did they do in the 1950s? Like, I know there was radios and there was TVs and stuff like that, but TVs weren't as accessible, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So, do we just sit around and pull our ear to the radio?
And they play games. Board game, card games. They actually had to like entertain each other.
Hey, some card games slap.
Yeah.
And
especially when niggas get competitive.
Monopoly is the best board game of all time. Full stop.
I haven't played Monopoly since school because it's too long.
You can speed
it goes
run
on forever.
You can speed run it.
Yeah, baby. I'd say that's why I haven't done it like in my adulthood. I don't think.
Nah, because what's called because like I know there's ways to speed run it like because you know. Instead of having to roll to land on every single property, or like let's say if someone lands on a property and they don't buy it, you can just auction it off to everybody. Or like,
okay.
But to be honest, a lot of people think Monopoly is like. To be honest, Monopoly is my favorite board game ever.
Ever?
Yeah, it's the best board game.
I say you get mad competitive.
No, but you know what it is. It's because people think Monopoly is luck. It's not luck.
I've not played Monopoly in ages. How do you play? How do you strategize Monopoly?
All right, wait. Oh, so this is what we're doing. I'll give you man the sauce because I've only ever really lost like once.
Oh God.
No, I know what happened. I know what happened. It was.
I've only really lost like once.
No. You know what happened. You know what happened. There's an asterisk by that loss. It was DQ.
So really, you never lost.
I've never lost. So what happened? What happened was it was during Ramadan, and my sister. I was with my sister, her husband, and my brother, and whatever, my brother-in-law. My brother, whatever. So we're banging games during Ramadan to like make the time go faster innit? And my brother decided to give up and just gave my brother-in-law all his money, property, everything. I said, "Oh, y'all motherfuckers! What's this? 20v1, yeah."
20v1, nigga. That's forget that beef.
Anyways, so best way to what's called Monopoly. You obviously at first it's a bit of luck wherever you land. Buy as many properties as you can. Then the next thing to do is identify what properties you want. And you have to start making deals and trading. Like, okay, if I know you have one of the yellows that you're not gonna let go, but she's got a green and she needs an orange or something like that. I'll give her the orange, get mine, get you to give me yours, and just manipulate the thing like that. Do you get what I mean? It's all about the dealings.
That's why I know Deji is toxic. He knows how to do manipulation.
Hey,
he knows how to work manipulation. That's how I know.
Hey, in this life, yeah, sometimes you have to manipulate.
I've been there.
Because the thing is, yeah,
I've been there.
Have we had this conversation before?
What
if I manipulate for good?
Oh yeah, we have this conversation before. Yeah. Because now that I have a kid, innit? Mm-hmm. You might have to manipulate him to do what's good for him. You might just to do this homework or eat his vegetables. Mm-hmm. Manipulations or tricks.
You know what it was?
My parents did it to us.
Nigga doesn't want carrots. This is sweet, you know.
And then after,
no, you know what? Yeah, because I was actually having this conversation yesterday. I remember being a youth, yeah, and my mom essentially manipulating me into believing I could cook. So you know when you're young, yeah, they'll gas you.
Yeah.
Like I remember I made my eggs with my mom one time. She was gassing it. It's like, it's better than your sisters. You can cook me too. I was getting gassed. I see. Yeah, man. Look, I even put a bit of salt on the thing, a bit of Maggi.
She's putting them against each other. Yeah, you don't see her. Yeah.
And then years later, I see her doing the same thing to my brother, and he's gassed. Like, yeah, what you heard what mom said? Yeah, I'm better cooked than you.
And then you're like, I got got.
Do you get what I'm saying? And then now I'm realizing, bro,
So
you motherfuckers. So this is what you're doing.
There's definitely, I don't know if it's manipulation. I think that's what I had in the conversation. I think manipulation, the word has like a negative connotation. But if you use words like, oh, she influenced me to do this or to influence me to cook, it just sounds better.
Yeah, but the thing is, I know that
manipulation.
Bro, I know that egg probably tasted like ass. She was like, delicious. Like, okay. My nephew sometimes draws little things, yeah.
Fuck off the G. You know your sister listens to the fun. She sees clips.
yeah. But it's all love. Like, what's going? Like he drew when I was there last year. He drew a little picture of us. So it was me, his sister, and him in it. And like he drew stick figures, of course.
Yeah.
And like my beard was just scribbles.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, it's lit. I even took it home, hung it up on my wall. It is ass. But because you gave it to me, I love it.
That's like when Drake's son did the cover of his album. He said, don't do this again. We don't want to see this ever again. Whatever said to Vic Mills.
Bro, wait. Do you still feel like we're being manipulated like that at our big age?
Yeah, I think.
Because I know your wife is.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think women. I've always seen these TikToks. They're supposed to be women. Sometimes manipulate men thinking into an idea is their idea.
Facts.
So then they can do it and then feel good about it, but it's what the woman wanted to do in the first
Yeah,
place.
facts.
Like I remember, it's like sometimes like saying a woman wants to go out during the weekend, but she knows if her man probably tired from work and he doesn't want to go out, so she finds a way to make it seem like it's his idea that they went out, and then they actually end up going out. Like, that was actually a good time. Like, oh yeah, it's all you, but really it was not you. You got manipulated into thinking.
Yeah, facts.
That's it.
Facts.
So that sometimes maybe I probably don't notice it. Probably still happens to me. I probably still go ahead with it and thinking like, yeah,
you know what,
boss man.
even if I knew, yeah, you know what, stroke my ego, bro.
As men, sometimes that's what we want,
bro. You know what? As much as everybody wants to chat, like, bro, getting your ego stroked, there's nothing better. There is nothing better, bro.
It's been my downfall in past lives. Don't worry,
bro. Fam, ain't nothing better.
I would say a thing I've realized in maturity is realizing when my ego's talking to me. Because as I was like 5-10 years ago, that voice, I'll lean into it. Whatever that voice is telling me, no, you're that guy, you shouldn't take this.
Fam.
That's what you're saying. Like 2016 Jordan would have answered some things on Twitter.
Yeah.
2023 Jordan, I know my ego's telling me do something, but I'm like, nah.
But bro, you know what? Yeah,
it's not.
That voice in your head knows how to chat, though,
bro.
Wait, do you know who the fuck you are?
He says, are you gonna they're gonna talk to you like this?
Wait,
girl is gonna talk to you like this?
Do you know how many girls you've pied to get her? And she's doing that to you.
Go back, girl.
Does she know who you are? Nah.
Run back with that girl that wanted
You've got to let her know that you still got it,
bro.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm telling you, that's what gets man them in trouble. They need to know that they've still got it.
They still got it. And maturing is one thing. Is realizing that I can recognize that voice and what it is now. Before I just thought I was like, that thing you're saying, I was like, yeah, who knows the function? She thinks I'm a dickhead. She thinks I have to put up with it. She doesn't know. Do you know what? I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. And then after your ego gets satisfied, like you're standing in your head like this.
The fuck did I do that?
Standing outside the club with your head in your hands.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's like, oh god.
Now 2 months later, she's what's called? She's snapping in the bends.
Oh god.
Your chest is populated.
You just seen, I'm going on holiday. You say, with who?
Do you get what I'm saying? And you know them ones where she's on holiday, but she has bare pictures where she's not holding the picture. I know you don't have a tripod, so who the fuck are you with? Because if you're one of your girls, you would have showed your girl.
so we could just say that to say sometimes strike the man's ego. We like it, not like. Yeah, no, we like it. I'm not gonna do any caveats today. Fuck all. No caveats today. Stroke a man's ego sometimes.
Yeah, but it's the same. It's the same way you stroke your girl's ego.
Yeah.
It's all a balancing act.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes they enjoy it.
Except the thing is, I will say, if I was to give you one piece of advice with this, don't make it too obvious. Because if it's too obvious, oh, you're the biggest I've ever had. Oh my god, this is the best sex I've ever had.
But he's right. These are questions we will never ask. Don't tell us because we don't want to hear the lie.
If you're going to lie to me, make it believable.
Did you know, in my group of friends, I know who was the biggest because a girl measured back in the days. She went. And
I have so many questions.
She went, one of my friends, when she went down, she said, ugh. I was like, God. So after that, I was like, fair play to that guy.
You know what, guys, salute you.
I said, you are the group leader now. It's you that leads this group.
We got a boss. What do you want us to do?
We still going down today, bro. They say, yo, we haven't eaten. Yeah, we'll wait for that guy to get here. Before we can now leave. Oh, man, that was...
Oh, what the fuck's wrong with us?
That was a weird time to be alive.
Yeah, no. Oh, wait, my other question, yeah. So, was her mission to measure everybody, or did she just...
Okay.
Was it just...
So she knew... No. She had a bit of a reputation. She was a bit... In 2024, we'll call it now sexually liberated.
Okay.
In 2009, 2008, we would have called her a slut. Yeah. Those are the words we would have used back then. Okay. But now we call it sexually liberated. I don't care anymore. This podcast might not go on for long. I'm going to say what I want. Cancel me.
You're going to leave on a bang.
Who gives a rat? But back then, so because she was known as the town this, yeah? Mm-hmm. Mine happened at a house party, grinding. And then it happened then. She was on it. She was touching.
Oh, so you were first?
What? Yeah, I was first. She was touching you as you were going on her. Then 2 months later, for some reason, we're coming back from the train station. We're walking, and she asked one of my boys, "Can she touch it?" One of my boys says, "Yeah, come." She asked him. He said, fair. "Yeah, come." And then the other boys, she's looking at the other boys like, and then she said, "I want to know who's bigger. Can she touch his as well?" When she touched the first boy, she was like, "Impressive." Then she touched the guy. I swear to you, she said, ugh. And I was like, God. I'll tell you off mic. I was like, shout out that guy, I guess. Shout out him.
You know what it was? I guess he won.
I was like, no, I guess why you're quiet, because you don't need to say much. I guess why you're quiet.
Oh, don't fucking kill me, man.
But yeah, that all says stroke your Zico.
How the fuck did we get here?
I can't remember how we got here. But
oh, man.
We got an announcement to make today as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So, Charger, do you want to do it?
What's called? Name of this episode is BRB. Be right back.
Yeah. Maybe in brackets.
What's called? Yeah, we're taking a break, bruv.
Yeah.
It's been tiring, man. Was it 115 at this point?
115 by this time this episode drops. We're just gonna take some time off and reassess why we still do this, if we want to do this, and what the benefits is for us still doing this. How much we want to invest in this, like actually step back and not be in it and make informed decisions. Because sometimes when you're on the grind every single day, it's hard to just step back and make informed decisions. Yeah, and we had a conversation with our creative director, or our help, shout out her, and then she kind of said a few things, kind of already got my wheels ticking, and well, I want to also give myself the appropriate time to actually think about the decision.
Yeah.
Not just make it about one conversation.
One thing that's been told to me, it seems like apparently it's very evident that some weeks most weeks, it just feels like I don't want to be here.
Yeah, Dave said that to you from the start, though.
Yeah.
Dave used to hate that. Dave was like, did you want to be there? I was like, bro, he was there, man. That's cool.
Did you get what I'm saying? Bro, I'm here, man. Can you see a smile on my face? But everything just feels like we plateaued. It feels like things have gotten a bit stale, a bit mundane. It almost feels like we're just coming here and just doing it in autopilot. It doesn't really feel like fun anymore.
Yeah.
And I think it's just because it's just the constant grind and non-stop, literally it's essentially a part-time job.
Yeah, and then because the two of us, and we've tried our best to recruit people, build teams, and monetarily we're also limited in that aspect. There's just a lot going on that we just have to step back and really think about. Reevaluate and see if it's something that we still want to do. Now, if it's something that we still want to do, of course we'll be back. If either one of us decide they are not in it anymore, we'll probably be back to say a goodbye episode.
Yeah, bruv. Like I've always said, this is the last hurrah.
Yeah.
Don't ask Deji for podcast after this one.
Ask him to host though.
Hey, we hosted. We booked him busy, baby.
Are you gonna find a way, like, because the podcast is funnels? you into your hosting gigs, or it has because your personality essentially.
Yeah.
Because you're a podcast. Without that, how are you then gonna create the brand of still hosting?
Say
if we do take like that route,
God will provide, didn't it?
Because I've actually seen Taser right now with his little mic driving around this car, which is funny because that's the idea you gave me 5-6 years ago,
bro.
Like I see Taser.
If we start talking about the ideas I've given you 5-6 years ago,
literally doing the word for word, bar for bar. Like he's talking about, he's not waiting for the podcast day to talk about the beef. He's in his car just driving around and uploading it on his YouTube, and camera quality is clear. Because I was like, that's. I don't know, because if you still want to be hosting gigs, so that's something that you would consider, because I can't imagine you do something like
that. I think I've spoken on my story since I've got in Instagram in maybe 2012. I want to say I've spoken on my story a total of maybe 3 times. And one of them was because I was doing an event for somebody or something like that. So I don't know if I'm on that. Like, to be honest, I don't know the way it's going to go.
Yeah.
Like,
but I've thought about like, obviously since that conversation I've thought about like many different scenarios and which way I want to lean towards, but at the same time I was like, give yourself the appropriate time to actually think about the decision you make.
To be fair, like, this isn't a oh my god goodbye forever. It's a more like a we need to take a break, we need to sit down, re-strategize, see what we really want from this thing, and then come back with a clear plan and being able to push directly in whichever way we want to go, because there's no point in doing this if we don't want to do this. Like, it's just not enjoyable. It's not going to be enjoyable for you guys to listen to. It's not going to be enjoyable for us to do. And the only thing that kept it fun was because we actually have a love for it. But look, every time we take a break, well, you guys might not know we take a break, but we stack episodes, or we take a month off, and then we come back. That first episode back is always a banger. And I also feel like it's one of those situations where like when you're with a girl, and things are getting rocky, and you're like, I'm over this, you're with her, but I was like, I don't want this anymore. But then as soon as you break up, you're like, am I sure I don't want this? And I feel like that's low-key what's gonna happen with the pod.
I think it's, well, sometimes you do need time for that, and I think that's what the seasonal thing, the people that do seasonal, it's actually good, because people that do it weekly, you're funding everything yourself. At least seasonal, not just money, of time, effort, a lot of things that you're putting towards it every single week, 52 weeks a year, 115 episodes in. Like, at least, because everything is still self-sustained, having time to step back, re-energize yourself, your bank account, just the whole lot, and then coming back into it and enjoying it for 10 episodes. Sometimes, low-key, that probably works better for where we are now as a place, but I also understand the benefits of consistency and doing it weekly. But I think Dave said it to me, I think a while back. He says, but also, what's the point of consistency without growth or without change? So what's the point of doing this every week if we're going to do it at the same level and at the same pace and nothing is really changing? Exactly. At that stage, it's just a job, like,
Yeah, and bro, I've never wanted to be that. But I was going to ask you, how the fuck do people know what they want? Like,
it's actually mad that you even asked this, and I think sometimes a lot of us don't. I think a lot of people don't know what they want, or they think to do what they want. We've had this conversation, and then you get that thing, you're like, no, this is not actually what I wanted or I thought it was going to be. And I was having this conversation with my brother during the week, and it's like, I don't know if the life I created for myself is the life I wanted, but I'm happy. I was like, I actually wake up to a life that I'm happy I created. Like, I wake up like, don't get me wrong, nobody wants to do corporate job. No, I don't. But in totality,
for the most part, you drive a car. You drive a car that's nice. Your babes drive a car that's nice. You have a house that you guys bought. You have a family. You have your wife.
I have my friends are around. My wife is around. My family's close. My family that I grew up with are close. Like, I've somehow created a life by God's grace that I'm actually like, I don't wake up thinking like, oh, this day again. I don't go home thinking. But I don't know if you could have told me, Jordan, is this lifestyle you want to create? I would have told you probably no. I would have told you I want to be rich. I want
to be a footballer. I want to bang goals for Chelsea.
And even after that, that can't happen. It's like, nah, man, I want to earn 200K a week. If I'm not earning this, I'm not driving a Lexus. But I don't know I don't know how people know what they want. And I envy those people.
You can drive a Lexus right now.
I probably could drive a Lexus.
No, probably. You could definitely drive a Lexus right now. Lexus,
I think it's because JD says came in a Benz, left out a Lexus. So back then you're thinking of like, Lexus must be.
Yeah, because couldn't afford a car, so she named her daughter Lexus.
Do you know that one? They're hyping up a Lexus. Well, I don't know. How do you people? What do you think? Because I think most people stumble across it.
The thing is, I'm not going to lie to you. I've never known. Like, I've never understood how like let's say one of the girls, Jillian now, yeah. Jillian is a doctor. How long ago did you decide that you wanted to be? Because she was in school for like 7 years.
Yeah.
How did you say, oh, I want to be a doctor? And then that's your one thing. You focused on that and you got there. Do you get what I'm saying? How'd you know that? Because when you asked me what I wanted to be when I was young, I wanted to be an ice cream man so I can get free ice cream. Outside of that, it's a free for all out here. It's just, yeah.
Do you know what you want now?
No.
Yeah.
I don't think there's ever been a time where I've known what I've wanted.
But not even professionally, because at some stage, corporate world is corporate world, but like for your life. Do you know what you want for your life?
But the thing is, like, I feel like if you're talking about the overarching ideas, like obviously everyone wants to, you want to own a house, you want to have a kid, but if we're talking into like minute details of oh, what job do I want to do?
On a day-to-day.
Bro, I have zero fucking idea.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I've been out here winging it for the longest time. And that's why people like, certain people that like really fuck with their 9 to 5s or they really fuck with their jobs or whatever, or like let's say like a Fortune that he wakes up and music is what he wants to do. A Simba that it's clear music is what he wants to do. He's been doing it for 15 plus years at this point. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, well, for me, everything, even the thing that I'm probably like, oh, I really want to try that is podcasting, which I've done. And I've done to maybe not the level that I fully wanted to, but I've done to a level where I'm comfortable with it.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I agree. I've done to a level that with this break, I'm like, I'm okay going on a break. I'm okay whatever the outcome we decide.
Yeah.
Like, I've done it to the level, it's like, would I have liked it to be a higher? Of course. But the level I've done it at, I'm fine with that. It was never a passion, let's just say. It was never like, oh, I'm so passionate, this is what I have to do for rest.
And you know what it is? Like, I don't think neither of us came into this thinking, oh, I want to do this to become famous, or I want to do this to get bare peas and all that kind of shit.
Yeah.
If that was a byproduct, I would happily take it.
Yes,
but I didn't come into this for that. And then it feels like everything outside of that, it just feels like, eh.
The only thing I felt that way towards that I knew I wanted to do was sports, to be involved in sports somehow.
Yeah.
And then I first was to play football. And just like football, the minute the passion went and I knew I was going to make it and it became like a hobby, the love went like this. Like, there's so many similarities. Because again, after that conversation, I was just thinking, I'm like, this feeling that I used to love podding, I was like, oh, drive. And I was like, I felt this way only ever about football. I was playing. I used to train 2 times a week, go matches on Sunday, every P session, Fridays after school. I would just play ball. But the minute I realized this isn't gonna be, I'm not gonna make a living from this. For some reason, the passion went, and I still forced it because I'm like, so I'm just gonna like, just keep going. And then after a while, I just made the call. I'm like, I don't love this. It feels like a chore. It doesn't even feel like a hobby.
I don't even want to do.
I don't even want to do this. So that's it. But then I looked at sports media and sports entertainment, and the way obviously in Ireland we watched the UK Sky Sports, and it seemed like that never enticed me. It would look like they're just analyzing game. It was nice, but it never enticed me. Then I saw the likes of Stephen A and Shannon Sharp, and they made sports look like WWE. They are like doing promos about real sports, and I see it now with like Cams and Lyles that do.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, that's probably what, again, to your point, I should have leaned into when you told me to at the time, and you're just shy, and you're like, nah, this shit is gonna be corny. It's gonna be weird. Me talking to do sports take on. Then I see Lies and they do see for Bleach Report, and I'm like, and Cams, I'm like, this. That's probably something I would have loved to do.
Then why can't you do it? The thing is, you could probably do that, and it would be easier to do that than do this.
Yeah. Especially by myself, and that's why I talked about the taser thing, because it kind of also gave me an idea. I'm like, I already kind of have a platform.
No, not already kind of. You have a platform.
Yeah, and then if I just pivot to sport again, that's something. That's the only thing I would like outside of like actually playing sport. Seeing Stephen A and Shannon Sharp, and I was like, oh, sports media. You just wake up every day and you have sports take, and you can just be outlandish and you're running agendas for a living. That's
if there's one thing about Jordan, he gonna run a fucking agenda.
Like, what? This is a life to live. But outside of that, I guess I can't say outside of that, because to actually find something you want to do is hard enough. Like, to your point, like I've actually found maybe 2 things in my life that I'm like, I would love to do that.
Yeah, like, because the thing is, like, things that baffle me is even like people that are saying, oh, I really want to visit this country, or this is my dream car. I've never had a dream car, and you know what it is? Yeah, it just feels like everything that I've gotten or whatever. It just feels like I saw one day. I was like, oh, that looks cool.
Yeah.
Why not? And then I'll go get it. And then you know what? Yeah.
Talk me through that, because you were talking to me during the week. Like, with this, your unemployed friends are so fucking like your not kids friends. That's what I meant to say. People that have no kids, they can just do whatever they want, and you're like, oh, this is what you're doing on a Monday. This is what you're purchasing on a Monday. Fair enough, man.
Because you know what? Okay, so
that feeling though.
I got something that I've been waiting for about 2 years. I've been talking about it for about 2 years, and I finally got it, and it felt empty. God. It felt so empty. It was like, it's cool, it's great, and you know what? I was more excited about the idea of it, and when it was still an idea of like, I'm checking the website every day, see if it's still there and all that kind of shit. The day it landed, it was like even the day I was supposed to get it on a Saturday, and they didn't call me in time, whatever. So when I went there, I saw it and I was like, cool. And then when I finally got it on a Monday, it was like, cool.
Is that the thing where they say the journey is better than the destination sometimes?
Low-key,
because once you get there, you're there. That's it. It's finished.
Maybe.
That's the end point. Like when you're smashing in it, sometimes the whole time it's like, yeah, we're in it, and when you're not, it's like, oh, it feels nice, but then that's it. Like the process is finished.
Yeah, but that's because I feel like we're fucked as men, because our pleasure goes like this, and as soon as you know, it falls off a cliff. It falls off a cliff.
Maybe that's what happened. United. Maybe because you're going through the pleasure, you're kind of flirting with it, you're like, oh, this is gonna be great, and then when you finally get there, sometimes it's like, I know, like, it's on a micro level, micro of like when famous and rich people tell us like these things don't bring happiness, because they've actually attained what you've attained x-fold, and they probably get to that moment because they're still human, and they still have that human feeling of like, oh, I thought if I won an Oscar or a Grammy, I would have felt differently, but we then can't understand that because we're like, you just won an Oscar, you just won a Grammy, you have millions, but you can understand that on like your own level. This is the level that I was like, oh, I've wanted this for so long and I get it. Empty.
Yeah, I hear that, and I do feel like it's a thing of being in my head. Maybe the same thing of like, I actually, you know what? Let's put it this way. I actually think it might be a byproduct of anxiety. You know.
Okay.
In terms of like, you know, when you get anxious about something, someone said like anxiety is like just worrying about what's coming, and like you're thinking about, okay, like before you go to a party, you might be thinking about what's going to happen at the party in your head. What if it's dead? What if people are looking at me? What if this and this happened? What if this happens? And it's never as good or as bad as it is in your head. So when I'm in my head and I'm like, oh, I'm finally going to get it, I'm going to be gassed. Granted, it's not exactly the exact thing that I wanted, because like there's little things I wanted that I don't have yet. But it was just like, I think you build it up so much in your head that when you finally get it, the dopamine doesn't, it don't hit. It don't hit. Yeah. But then again, I think about it, and what was the last thing that I wanted for a while, and then that when I finally got it, it felt fulfilling. And low key, it might be a babes, you know.
Oh, mad. Yeah, I get it. It's right. Yeah, that feeling of like, I think it's very, because sometimes what you're saying is, the point that you're making is accurate to me, because like you do build up situations, you do build up moments, and sometimes when you're living or you get to that moment or you're living it and you're like, because my babes asked me yesterday, is like, oh, what country like are you eager to go to now? And I'm like,
none.
There's none really anymore. Like, it's not like I've traveled the world, but there's no place that I look and I'm like, oh, excites me. I want maybe a little bit Japan, because it looks like a Europeanized Asian country.
Bro, I just want to Mario Kart in the streets.
That's it. Like maybe a little bit there, but other than that, I'm like, there's nothing on holidays that I haven't seen before. Like if I go to a beach resort and I go to a beach club, like it's idealistically holiday destinations are all similar. So if I go to like Montego Bay, yes, I'm in Jamaica and it'll probably be Jamaican food, but for the most part, I'm going to the beach. I'm going to the bars.
You're gonna get drunk.
So there's no like. Maybe that's because I need to change up the Hawaii holiday. And the way I do holidays, because I see my friend, the way Ayub does it, maybe it's like he goes up mountains.
Yeah, but he's not coming home to you.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm just like, there's nothing I build up in my head anymore. Like with me after the family, hopefully, but God's grace, to do a family's holiday. Even after that, then I'm like, all right,
okay,
car, but there's nothing car that excites me.
Well, okay, let me minus your wedding, your family, blah blah blah. What was the last thing that you wanted that you got, and how did it feel?
I was probably finally getting the degree. Because there was a lot of external pressure in like for my family, my household, and also when you go to like African church at the time, where you're hearing so much noise around education at the time, and there was also a narrative of like, oh, can you see all these always the Nigerian kids that are getting their degrees, our Congolese kids, our Congolese kids don't do anything. All our Congolese kids knows to live on social welfare.
Honestly, that's first of all, if you're in church saying that, fuck you,
bruv. Like, and that's what you're hearing. So you're putting yourself under. I'd say getting my degree was never a joy. It was more of a relief of feeling like I'm not a stereotype, or I'm not a bomb, or I've done what probably we don't see people from my community do. Now it's like very common and very prevalent. I say everybody gets a degree. But like when I started uni 2012, 2013, more than 10 years ago, that was, and your dad's a doctor. You too, you have to do this. You have to do well. So you feel like firstborn, your siblings, you have to be a good example to your siblings. Your siblings are looking at you. You're the first. Can you see like all this?
Okay, no, I hear it.
So that felt like, oh, everybody can fuck off.
Now, you know what? I think because obviously I didn't have the dad that was a doctor. Yeah. And I don't think I had, like, obviously I'm not the firstborn either. Yeah. So like,
and was there a church community that you go to where you're like also the first
fucking chance.
I was also the first generation in that church to go to college, like.
Oh,
so
okay.
they're also looking at you like,
so it wasn't just your parents, it was
you're
you.
an example to all the youths in church now. Free me. So
allow me.
Also, and when I got to the degree and I was like, I am him. Because I've all this pressure, everybody chatting, and I did it. I buckled down and I did it. But then all these people, nobody even texts you say congrats.
Yeah, no. The thing is, yeah,
I know
they will build up all this pressure to not give a fuck when you do
it. and I think low key, it's because it was like the first time I heard my dad said, "I'm proud of you." That also helped. When in his speech, he said, "Wow, I'm actually so proud of you," and I'm like, "Wow, this actually means a lot." Then this degree, actually, it lived up to the hype. You know, for you to say this, it lived up to the hype.
That's so weird because my experience with getting my degree is so different to yours.
Well, how was yours?
It was just like, yeah, cool. I got in.
But if you hadn't gone, would your mom be disappointed?
Probably. Like, but you know what it is, yeah. I feel like there was never a part of me that my brain didn't extend to the point of thinking that I couldn't go to college. Like, for me, it wasn't even something that I thought about. It was just the natural next step. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you know, when you're going from primary school to secondary school, there's no thought in your head of not going because it's just that's what happens next. That's what happened to me.
Because you got in first time, so it's like obviously because I didn't get in first time, I went back to repeat the leaving cert. And then I did a PLC after that, and then I got into like uni eventually. So because of the like, Morris always gives me prop for this. He always says, you went through that journey and at any stage you could have just like...
Oh, yeah, I would have.
And you were just like, fuck this, I'm not doing serious thing. It's not for me then.
Low-key?
It's not for me.
Low-key? If that happened to me, I probably would have done that.
Yeah. And that's why he always says like... And when he said it to me, he's like, says, one of your great strengths is you know how to stay on course. Like, if I'm like, this is what I want to do, even if I'm like swayed. Because he was trying to instill that into his younger brother. His younger brother's like 19. He's like, Jordan, how do you just get him to... Like, tell him like, yo, it might take a while, but you can still get there in the end. I'm like... I just had the pressure. I think if without that pressure, I would have just been like, no father figure at home. Nobody tell me I actually have to do this. I'd have been like, I'm not doing this.
Yeah, he has to want it.
Yeah,
like, that's why I say with let's say with Jillian and shit like that, like, bruv.
Yeah, I've met her at the start of the journey when I initially met her, and I saw her when she graduated. I was like, fair fuck. Man.
Do you know how everybody that does all that doctors, science, bruv, 7 years.
My dad, because the way she did it, I think you could do a graduate entry after you actually do a scientific degree. My dad wanted me to do that. I said, free me. I said, nobody chat to me about school ever again.
Fuck that severely. Nah, but like I think it's just one of those things that you have to want it. Do you get what I'm saying? And you're probably right because I didn't have the pressure. And my one thing that I told myself when I was doing this leaving cert, I hated school. So I was like, no matter what, I'm not repeating. And like, because in my mocks, I think I got like 300 points. I was like, all right, so the minimum I'm getting is 300 points. I'm not getting below 300 points. So at the end of the day, the course I went to go do was like 100 or something points. Accounting in Goyo was piss.
Oh, and back then as well, points were like... Yeah. I remember the points the course I did was like 325 the year before I went in. By the time I left, which was like 4 or 5 years later, it was like 485.
Yeah, see, fuck that.
Points just skyrocketed.
You know what's funny? Even with that, yeah, I didn't look at courses and points and all of that until I was essentially in fifth year, end of fifth year, sixth year, and I say this, and it's my fault for. I didn't know certain things existed, bro.
Yeah,
I didn't know engineering was a thing, bro.
Oh, okay. We knew that because my dad wanted to do engineering, me to do medicine.
Yeah, bro. I didn't know engineering. Like, okay, my mom was working and busy doing work, and she didn't really understand the whole system and everything. Like, to be honest, like, I know some people had stress of their parents saying that their parents telling them, "Oh, you can't do ordinary level, you have to do higher level." Blah blah. I don't think my mom really knew about all of that stuff. So I really just made the choices myself, and the pressures in school was like everybody's trying to be smart, and you get made fun of being dumb. So I'm not gonna be dumb.
I will make this high level work.
Fam, literally, I would do this, but I have to do this. So it was just kind of like I didn't know engineering and stuff like that was a thing, and we didn't have like an engineering class or anything like that. So it almost felt to me like what I do in school, I've got to pick from that range.
Oh, okay, yes. So if you do maths, you have to go do maths in college. If you do accounting, you do accounting.
Like there's all the courses you do in college. I mean in school. All the classes you do in school, those are the ones you can pick from in college.
When you were in uni, were you spun when you hear people do like engineering? Like, what? What's going on? Like, what? We didn't do that in school.
You know, like how do you know that you want to be a civil engineer? What the fuck is a civil engineer?
I don't even know.
Like how did you know that that's what you wanted to do?
But see, that feeling, that was back to the point earlier. Is there a thing now that you looked at, I would like to attain this, and maybe you'll feel? Is there any more things in life that like I would like, if I get that would be like, yeah, that'd be like the nut again. Like
genuinely, I don't know, bro. Yeah. There's been like, I'm not gonna say that I haven't felt anything for a lot of things. Like there's certain, like I remember the last time I got my last whip, I was gassed. I was like, yeah, cool. I got an alright whip, all that kind of shit. Like, but for the most part, I don't really have something that I'm like, oh, I really aspire for this, and like, but I say that, but it's not like. I can say like there's general overall stuff that people like you just want to do in life. You just want to tick certain things off in life, but there's not a thing of like this is the thing and I'm grinding my hardest to get there kind of a situation.
No, I'm the same. Like at this stage now, like I think we had this in the episode with Uzumaki and Akbo, and I was like, I'm lucky enough to say that I've been able to live inside a lot of my dreams, and as big as small as they are, and I don't think right now there's anything really that I look at and I was like, oh, one day if I get maybe to that, like, no.
Has there been a moment where your mind has been expanded in terms of like you're thinking that you could only do something small, and it's almost like, why don't you just scale that up and make it bigger or something like that? Like, I'll give my example, right?
Yeah.
My example was, I think I was like, I don't know, maybe I was like 23 or 24 or something like that. I had a Golf before that broke down on me. I bought a second Golf. I ended up crashing that, and now I'm looking for a new car. I'm thinking, like, what am I gonna get? I'm just looking at Golfs, all this kind of shit. I'm looking at like these small hatchbacks and shit like that. And my babes at the time was like, "What do you actually want?" And I was like, "I don't know. Like, I would like a big boy car, but I don't know if I can afford that." And she's like, "Why don't you just at least look?" I look at the price of the cars now. They're damn near the same price of the cars I was looking at before.
Yeah.
Then I was like, oh shit, it's lit. And I went to go buy some other big boy thing.
I bought a few of those, and it's usually with Simi. I'll say something, and
that's one thing about babes.
Yeah,
women will make you be like, bro, you know what? Yeah. I was really thinking small.
What was I thinking this? And it's like, oh, even for the live show, and when we were like saying like, oh, we're trying to sell tickets, blah blah blah. She's like, she's the one that like it suggests like, oh, if you ever be like a headliner, maybe they'll help you get more sales on it. Then I was like, oh, DGT, they're coming out now. Maybe we should get them. And then even on the promo day, she was like, oh, maybe we should do an episode with them. Let them promo. And I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, yeah, I thought we'd just do pictures, but a podcast episode. Like little small things like that. I know they're small, but like it's an example of like she does that so many times that even before I go on holidays, or she'd be like, oh, I was like, okay, I'm just going to bring this. She's like, oh, you could do it this way, and it'll work out better. So like, oh yeah, this always happens.
You know what? If there's one thing I love about women, yeah, they know how to just, you know what? Women know how to live life, bro.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we exist, but women know how to live, bro.
That's it.
Because there's certain things I would do before I was dating girls and shit like that. And you know, you go to a hotel, you go on holiday, you go to a hotel, there's no windows and all that kind of shit. I look at that shit now like, ugh.
That's another example of expanding your mind. Like you what you would have done and to what you think you're capable. Now you're like, I'm better than this, man.
you know, you look at something like I make too much money to do this nonsense
exactly.
with you.
Well, before your mind probably didn't expand that. Before you'd be like, you have a better pillow and I can get back.
Yeah. Oh. I'm only sleeping here. I'm not gonna be here for too long. Fuck off, man.
Convince yourself. But then, now if you're sleeping in a nice bed, sometimes it's hard to do the day's activities because I'm in my bed this long. It's hard for me to get up and go do whatever. So this bed is too comfy.
You know them ones where it's like you're even in bed, you're with your babes, you're cuddled up. Breakfast is now, you know.
Oh.
Call them, just tell them bring it up to the room.
You know how many times we did that in Dubai?
Of course, you have
30
to.
minutes. It's like, might as well go.
You don't know what's no, man. Like,
well, no, that's an example, but yeah. To the question you asked, like, I don't know how people know what they want, but those people that know what they want,
God's favorite.
Shout out to them. And I remember a podcast and saying, like, some people have found out 2 things they want to do in their lives. It's hard enough to find one, and the people that do find one and they get the full support of the people around them, shout out, because that's all you can do. Schultz said he found stand-up comedy, and he told his dad, I'm going to do the garden, and his dad said, I'll see you there. And that allowed him to be like, this is then what I really want to do. But imagine now, you find what you want to do, you say to someone, and this is how, like, the mind can be so weak sometimes. And someone says, you know what it'll take to sell out the garden? And all of a sudden, the only thing you ever wanted to do, someone just made it seem unrealistic to you. And now you don't do it. Now you find your life wondering.
Yeah, but the thing is, low-key, yeah. Like, if you actually look at your life, because the thing is, I feel like sometimes we look at these things and we feel like we could only learn lessons through grandiose things. But sometimes the lesson is in the little things. Do you get what I'm saying? Because there was a point in my life where I walked past a car that's not as nice as the one I have now, and I was like, one day, please, like, right, me too. I want to be whipping in that. I want to be doing that. And like, funnily enough, I think it was the year of the car that I got this year. So like that car would have essentially, the car that I have now would essentially have been new then. Yeah. And I was looking at it like, rah, maybe like, you get what I'm saying? Like, rah, like how are people affording these whips, blah, 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 blah. Or even if you just look at the salary you're on now. There was a point where, bro, I was struggling for 30.
And you would have thought the salary you're on now is money, man.
Do you get, bro?
Cost of living is killing me.
I remember when I cracked that. Remember I told you what I was on. I remember when I cracked that, and I thought, yo,
you thought you could buy your mama house when you get the salary.
This is what everybody's always talking about. This is what, this is the thing. I break it, and I'm not gonna sit down. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I sat there for a bit, and I was like, rah. Man did this thing.
But that's good though, because sometimes you do need to sit in those moments of like. That's why, like, to the back to the point earlier, because when you do get to the climax and you're like, oh, okay, what's next? But sometimes when you sit in that moment, you're like, you sit in that new car that you've always wanted, you bought the whip, you sit there, you're like, I really did this, you know. No, even if for a moment, it feels good.
You know what?
It feels good.
One of the days I was the most gassed in my life, bro. I remember out of uni. It's been like 2 months. I was broke. Had no peas. And it got to the point, you know, when you first get out of uni, you're only looking at jobs in your specific field. Yeah. It got to the point where, bro, just give me anything. Just give me something, right? And then obviously got a job interview, whatever. I think the interview went okay. And then they called me. I was at home. I remember I was at home. Yeah, is this interest? Yeah. What's called? We just wanted to offer you the job. It's 25K, bro. I looked at myself in the mirror. Like, I earned 25K. I'm him.
Yeah, you gotta separate this.
Bro, I thought it was him. I thought I was. Bro, that's not even 2K a month, bro.
Oh, back then, yeah. Your first job, whatever you're earning, living at home, and you still because I was just at a uni, so you still had uni vibes and uni friends. So you could live that life on a salary, bro. In town every Friday, whoever was in town, I'm linking you. Yeah, are you in town? I'm coming. I'm like,
because what are we doing? We're going Captain America's. I could do that every day if I wanted to.
Because the alternative is I'm going home to watch YouTube. So because my first job was like one train station away from the Conley, which is the city center. Every Thursday evening, I'm trying to figure out what the motive is.
What are we sliding on what?
I'll get Charlie's, take the night link, sleep till 2:00 the next Saturday. Because what am I doing? That first job is like you're living on a professional salary like a college student. It's actually lit.
Yeah, but then again, because I was going from having a budget of €300 a month to getting
4 times that,
to getting 1.8,
4, 5 times,
bro. Like nobody could chat to me that day. Nobody, and also I got a job with my degree. Nobody could fucking chat to me, bro.
Well, yeah, we'll be right back. So I have to go grab someone now.
Yeah. All right, cool.
We'll be right back. So see us.
Look. If you see us, you see us, innit?
If you don't, charge.
Bang,
Thank
bang.
you for listening.